Hello and welcome if this is your first time watching a video on my channel. My channel is Her Books, if you don't already know that. And I make videos like book recommendations, book reviews, book recs, and just maybe sometimes like fun challenges with books. So yeah, and sorry to my regular viewers that I haven't made a video in quite a while. I've been pretty busy, but here it is. So this is my physical TBR, my current physical TBR, and it's quite big. So yeah, we should probably start on that. All right, let's start with the Lux series. So I've read the first two books already, and right now I have the 5 books. I don't really have the novellas, like the 0.5 books, but I will probably get those. So the 3rd, 4th, and 5th book are still on my TBR. Something that really annoys me is that I could only find the 4th book in this version because the rest of the books are in this version. And I kind of wish that I'd been able to find it in that version, but it's okay. I am so excited. I love Jennifer L. Armentrout's writing, and this series is amazing. So yeah, so far, both the first 2 books have been 5 stars. So these are the first 3 books on my TBR currently. The way that I'm doing this TBR is that, sorry about my finger, is that if, whatever order I do this in that is not going to be the order that I'm going to read it in, I usually just debate over like 2 books. After I finish a book, I debate over 2 books that I find the most appealing to read afterwards. And, well, yeah. The next book is Scarlet by Marissa Meyer, the 2nd book in the Lunar Chronicles. I already read Cinder and I loved it. I would definitely recommend reading Cinder, and I guess if you like it, then you should probably see how you want to go from there. I'm super excited to read Scarlet. A lot of my friends have told me that this one is their favorite in the series, so yeah. I actually just bought this book like a couple of days ago, so I buy books like all the time, and I read as much, but I have a huge TBR, so I should probably like lay it back on the buying books and kind of start reading them a lot more. But it's so hard because like every time I find a new book that I want to read, I just want to get it. I have this urge. I don't know. So yeah, comment below if you guys feel the same thing. So the next book is Rivals by Catherine McGee. Sorry if I didn't pronounce that right. It's the 3rd book in American Royals, and I read the 1st book and the 2nd book already, obviously, but this book I have not been able to get around to because by the 2nd book I kind of got like, I don't know, it wasn't like a boredom, I just kind of wanted to move on, but I don't have the physical 1st book. I got it from the library, but I have the 2nd book and the 3rd book, and I really want to read this book in the series so that I can finish it. Yeah, okay. So these next 2 I actually got for my birthday. It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover, and It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover. It's a duology, and actually the movie is coming out soon, I think. So yeah, I tend to like to read the books before the movie because the books kind of give you more detail. But I'm excited to read these books. I'm kind of scared though to read them because, what if they don't live up to the hype? But we'll see. Okay, so the next book is Eclipse by Stephanie Meyer, Breaking Dawn by Stephanie Meyer, and New Moon. So this is the 2nd book in the series, this is the 3rd book, and this is the 4th book. And if you've seen my Last Now Next with Twilight in it, you'll know that I already read Twilight. And so I'm super excited to get into the rest of the series. I kind of wanted to pace myself with the series so that it wouldn't go too fast, and so that I could, enjoy the whole series and kind of, I guess, absorb all the information. So I'm going to definitely read New Moon soon, and I'm watching the movies as I'm reading the books. So straight after I finished reading Twilight, I watched the movie, and it was so good. So yeah. The next one is Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Su Lin Tan, and I've heard a lot of good reviews about this one, and I saw the series and I thought the blurb was so good, and I kind of also bought it because of how pretty the cover was. And so I can't wait to read this one as well because I think it's gonna be a really cute read. And yeah. Also, something you should know is I have my Goodreads profile linked in the description. It might not be a link, but you can copy it and I guess find it on Goodreads. Or you can just search up her books on Goodreads. And I usually put in what I'm currently reading, where I'm at with it, what's on my TBR, and like my reading challenge. My Goodreads reading challenge right now is 200 books this year. And we'll see how that goes, if I need to increase it or decrease it. I hope it's going to be increasing it, but I'm pretty sure that I'll be able to get to 200 books this year. And currently there are over 200 books on my What to Read or TBR on there, but I only have this many in my physical TBR. So yeah. So this next book is Throne of the Fallen by Carrie Manisalco. I hope I pronounced that right. I'm horrible with pronouncing names. But yeah, I've heard quite a bit of good reviews and stuff on Book Talk recently, or BookTube technically. And I'm really excited to read this one. It seems like a nice, good, thick read, and I hope that I can get to it soon. Okay, before I get into this next one, I just want to apologize if there's any background noise. I never get a moment of quiet or peace in my house. But this next one is Gossip Girl. This is actually quite a small read, but I've heard so much good hype about the shows, and like I said, I tend to read the book before watching the show. So I thought, why not get the book? And yeah, so I'm excited to read this one. Okay, so Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez is such a big book on Book Talk. I've seen so many reviews, so many you have to read it. So I got it and I'm super excited to read it. I actually read a Abby Jimenez book before this one and it was incredible. I love her writing. It was my first book, the Happy Ever After playlist, and then later I realized it was a second book. And the first book in that series was The Friend Zone. So I was like, oops, but it's okay because I can get the Friend Zone. But this one I think is the first book in another Abby Jimenez series, which I'm super excited to read. So yeah, next one, I guess. This next one is Lou Out of Luck by Nat Lursema. I hope I pronounced that right. But yeah, this seemed like just like a funny, I guess, medium-sized read, not really short. But it seemed quite cute, and so I was super excited to read it. Well, I still am because I haven't read it. And so yeah, I think that this would be like a book to get me out of, I don't know, a reading slump or something. I was actually just in a reading slump before, like a couple of days ago, so yeah. Also, the sticker residue, I bought it from the store, and it was like a big sale, so they only had like really small stickers, and most of them left some sticker residue. So if you guys have any tips to get that off, I really appreciate it because I want to get that off immediately. And yeah, so please comment below if you have any recommendations to get the sticker residue off. Thanks. Okay, so this next one, you guys are probably pretty familiar with this one. It's Becoming Michelle Obama by Michelle Obama. And this one's the adapted version for younger readers like me. I'm not really a younger reader, but my mom said that I should probably read more, like autobiographies or biographies. So yeah, I decided to get this one, and I'm super excited to read it. The next one is Kissing Games by Tara Eglarson. I don't know if this is the first book in a series or if this isn't a series, but this seems like quite a cute read, and I decided to get it because I hadn't really heard of it, and when I was at this sale, I wanted to kind of read, I don't know, books that aren't really hyped up, like underhyped books, or books that I haven't really heard of, just to see if they're good so that I can start recommending them. So yeah. This next book is Now That I've Found You by Christina Forrest. Sorry. And this one also has some sticker residue left off, so please comment if you know how to get rid of that. This one seemed like a really cute read, and I just wanted like a sweet romance, so I decided to get this one. Okay, so this one is Sway by Cat Spears, and I need some help with this one as well because I'm not sure if it's like a really sad story or not, and I don't really like sad books because I like books as a way for me to make me feel happier. And this one seems like, I don't know whether it's a love story or not. So, yeah, could you guys help me with that? All right, so this next book seems like another funny, just sort of short read. I don't know. Something else to get me out of a reading slump, and it's A Secondhand Husband by Claire Coleman. And I'm excited to read this one. It seems like a really cute, I think it's a romance, but they're already kind of together, so I don't know, maybe it's like them falling in love again, but it seems like a funny one. So yeah. All right, so this next one is The X Hex by Erin Sterling, and I think that this one is a popular book. I haven't really heard of it on Book Talk, but I've heard of it before, and I thought that it was seemed like a really cute one. It's about how she kind of curses her ex, and then he comes back, and then she didn't realize that was like a real thing, that she cursed him. So yeah, I can't wait to read this one. It's also a shorter story, so maybe this one will get me out of a reading slump. I don't know, but it seems like a cute read. Okay, so I'm not sure if this one is a romance, but it seems like a cute read. It's about this girl who's like, perfect to the eye, like celebrities, I guess. And then it just kind of shows her in a less imperfect light, like more imperfect light. And I think that it's going to be a really cute read. So yeah, if anybody knows if this is a romance book, could you comment it below? Thanks. All right, so this one is another older book, I think. It's more of like a classic story. My mom said that I should probably read it as, just for the future in general. I don't know. I'll probably have to read it at some point as an assignment. So, yeah, Test Uberville by Thomas Hardy. All right, so this one is David Attenborough's Adventure of a Young Naturalist. Um, this is another, I guess, I don't know whether it's a biography or an autobiography, but it's another one that my mom said I should probably read because also it's supposed to be like a really good book. I usually read fiction, so all these like nonfiction books, I guess, will kind of make me go out of what I usually read. I don't know. So, yeah. Okay, so when I saw this book, I was like, oh my God, I didn't know that this was, a book at first. And because I've watched the movie and I adored it. Crazy Rich Asians is such a good movie. If you haven't watched it, definitely go watch it or read the book and then watch it. I don't know. But I haven't read the book and I can't wait to read this one. This is definitely going to be higher up on my TBR, like for what I want to read sooner. So, yeah. Is the book better than the movie? Comment below. All right, so this is Everless by Sarah Holland. More sticker residue, woohoo. But, so yeah, I love the red over here instead of just it being a normal book color. I love it when books have that. And this one seems like another good book, so I think it's fantasy, so I can't wait to read it. So this one seemed like a pretty cute read. It's actually quite thick. I was a bit surprised. But I found this also, and I thought, okay, why not read it? Because this is basically, like Bookish Boyfriends is. Well, obviously, that's what like, a lot of people read books partially for because book boyfriends are awesome. So, yeah. So this one seemed like a really cute read. I feel like this is going to be a cute romance. And yeah, I can't wait to read it. It's Chelsea High by Jenny Oliver. I'm not really too, sure on what it's about. Like a lot of these books that I found at the sale were not really popular books, which I liked because I read a lot of hyped up books and things like that. And so this book and all the other books weren't really, and I wanted to kind of explore and see what I could find. So this one is Effortless With You by Lizzie Charles, and I think that this is a small town romance. I'm not sure. I think it's small town with enemies to lovers. I'm not really sure if it's second chance, but yeah. So I think that this is going to be such a cute story. It looks like a really good book, and I found this one as a recommendation on Goodreads. If you don't already have Goodreads and you're a reader, I definitely recommend it. It's so great, and you can find so many new books to read. And it's a great way to organize what you want to read, which ones you read, and also give yourself goals. But just remember, if you've given yourself a reading goal, the whole point of this is because you like reading, not so that you can achieve your goal. So don't forget to pace yourself. And if you haven't given yourself a reading goal yet and you want to, try and make things like more realistic for how you read. Think about it well, and don't try and push yourself just because you want to reach that goal. The whole point of it is just because you like reading. All right, so this is the dating plan by Sari Desai, and I think that this is going to be such a cute book. I think this is fake dating, and I think this is also a book talk book. I'm not sure. I'm usually on BookTube more than Book Talk, so yeah. All right, so this next duology is one of the most hyped up duologies on Book Talk. And so I know that this is either going to be one of my favorite book series or one of my least favorite. And I'm so nervous to read this duology because of that. So yeah, I guess that's it. If you've read this book, actually, you can also check out the community page on my channel if you haven't yet. I usually post polls on there and different things like that, and also updates, so don't forget to go check that out. Alright, so this one is Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. And this was an older book talk book and so hyped up. There's now a TV series and everything. And I'm so excited to read this one. I think this is going to be a really cute read. And yeah. So I just counted, and in total, I have 38 books in my physical TBR, and I'd say that's gonna keep me busy for a while. This next book series is by Sarah J. Maas, The Assassin's Blade, and The Throne of Glass. So the Throne of Glass series is a huge booktube, book talk series as well. ACOTAR, I've already read, and I already read The House of Earth and Blood, but I have to read The House of Sky and Breath, which is also going to be coming up. And I adore Sarah J. Maas and her books. They're so good. So yeah, I can't wait to read this series. And so next one is House of Sky and Breath, like I just mentioned. I can't wait to read this one. I read the first book, and it was a 5-star read. 6 stars if I could give it. Like I said, I love Sarah J. Maas books, and I can't wait to read this one. Okay, so before we get into this book, can I just say, this book is so pretty. The cover is gorgeous, and I saw the other books in the series covers, and they're also gorgeous, so I just want to say that. This book is Unravel by Becca Mack, and when I saw this book on Book Talk, I first thought that it was from the Shadow Me series. It was like a new collector's edition version or whatever, but then I saw this and in store, and I was like, oh my gosh, why not read it? And it seems like such a cute story. It's like single parent, he's famous and she doesn't know it really. And I think that this is going to be a really cute read, and I'm definitely going to read this next after I finish my book. So the second last book on my TBR is Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo, and I'm not sure whether to read Six of Crows or this book first because they're both by her, and I guess I'm going to read Six of Crows first because I have the entire duology. But I'm really nervous about it, and so am I nervous about this book, but I think it's going to be a really good read. And so the final book in this video is Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross. Divine Rivals was one of the biggest hyped up books on Book Talk, and it definitely lived up to it. I cannot wait to read Ruthless Vows. The cliffhanger in the last book killed me, so yeah. But I think I'm going to reread Divine Rivals before I read Ruthless Vows just to get all the information back into my head. So don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video to any of your other bookish friends so that they can also find more books to read. Check out my Goodreads page and watch my shorts because I post daily. And check out my community page too. Thank you so much for watching. Love you all. Bye.